Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Fans slam Savannah Chrisley's parenting after recent trip. Fans are slamming Savannah Chrisley's parenting after a recent trip where she appeared to have a touch too much fun. The reality star and real estate agent currently has custody of her sister, Chloe Chrisley. She is also the legal guardian of her brother, Grayson Chrisley, but he is over the age of 18. So where was she and what was she up that raised eyebrows? Keep reading for more details. When Todd and Julie Chrisley were convicted and sentenced to a collective 19 years behind bars, it was devastating for the family. They knew everything would change, and not for the better, but they would have to adapt. The couple would be leaving behind two minor children, Chloe and Grayson, so their daughter, Savannah Chrisley, took over as the guardian and mother figure. This was uncharted territory for her, but she knew she had no choice but to step up. It has been hard, but she has done the best that she could, and Chloe has praised her for being there. This upcoming Thanksgiving will be the second one without Todd and Julie, but they are making the most out of what they have. Savannah will be making the meal with some help from her mother, but fans have been slamming the 27-year-old. Though she is putting her personal familial dreams on hold, she has not stopped living, and that does not fly with everyone. Recently, Savannah was out in Las Vegas in a poker tournament. That led followers to feel she was not being as responsible as she could be. A Reddit thread was started to chat about her Vegas trip, where she was initially celebrated for how well she had done. However, as an alleged single parent, some wondered if this was really where she needed to be. The OP wrote this: "Being a single parent is so hard." Another added this, but was quite aggressive and angry. "Where are the kids? She's a rotten bastard touch. I can't believe her puffy a face." Other followers knocked the podcaster as being thirsty and desperate to be relevant while playing poker in Las Vegas. Yet others felt Savannah Chrisley needed to work hard at the tables to make enough money to help out her parents. If she doesn't have the $4 million to pardon her convicts, gonna have to win quite a few poker hands. Well, she's gotta earn funds for mom and dad's legal fees and to support the kids. If Grayson's going out of state for college, it won't be cheap. I respect the hustle. She's putting in the work, y'all. She may be a parent, but she is also entitled to have a life. However, she has been traveling a lot, and this may have been the nail in the coffin. Do you think the trip to Las Vegas signaled bad parenting, or should people just leave Savannah alone? Let us know in the comments below. Savannah Chrisley's Instagram had barely been live for 2 hours before the comments section turned into a virtual courtroom, with fans acting as judge, jury, and, if they had their way, parenting coaches. The Chrisley Knows Best star had shared a carousel of sunny vacation snaps from her recent getaway to Miami. And while she probably expected her followers to swoon over palm trees, beach waves, and coordinated swimwear, she got something else entirely: a tidal wave of parenting criticism. The trip, according to Savannah's captions and stories, was meant to be a quick reset for her and her younger brother Grayson, along with her 10-year-old niece Chloe, who she has been raising since her parents' prison sentences began. The plan was simple: a few days of sun, a few fancy dinners, and maybe a dolphin-watching cruise. But when the photos dropped, Chloe in trendy crop tops, Grayson grinning from behind oversized sunglasses, Savannah holding a champagne flute, some fans decided this wasn't the wholesome family vacation they had in mind. Aunt or influencer? One of the first critical comments to gain traction read, "Savannah, you're not a single 20-something anymore. You're raising a child. Where's the sunscreen? Why is she wearing that?" Another chimed in with, "You're acting like Chloe's your little best friend, not your responsibility." That best friend remark seemed to stick, because dozens of other fans echoed the sentiment, suggesting Savannah was blurring the line between being a fun young guardian and the more structured role they believed Chloe needed. To be fair, Savannah's brand, both before and after her shift into full-time caretaker, has always leaned toward glam. She's the kind of person who can make a coffee run look like a magazine cover. So when she posted a slow-motion video of her and Chloe walking along the beach in matching floppy hats, it may have looked like a chic campaign shoot. But to some, it looked like a vacation that prioritized aesthetics over age-appropriate parenting. The night out that sparked the firestorm. What really poured gasoline on the criticism was a shot from the final night of the trip. In it, Savannah was in a glittery mini dress, clutch in hand, while Grayson and Chloe posed beside her in slightly formal outfits. The location tag: a high-end Miami rooftop lounge. Immediately, the comments lit up. That's not a place for kids late at night. Miami clubs are not family-friendly. What are you thinking? This isn't responsible parenting, Savannah. Savannah quickly clarified in a story that the lounge was technically a restaurant during the early evening, and that they had left before 9 p.m., but the damage was done. Screenshots of the original post had already made their way to fan forums, where the critiques became harsher and more personal. The double standard debate. While many bashed Savannah for what they perceived as questionable judgment, others leaped to her defense, pointing out the double standard in how young women in caretaker roles are treated. One commenter wrote, "If she were a young dad taking his niece out for dinner in Miami, people would call it adorable. But because she's glamorous and young, suddenly she's irresponsible." This kicked off a side debate. Was Savannah being unfairly targeted for simply living her life as a stylish millennial who also happens to be a guardian? Or was she legitimately towing the line between fun aunt energy and mature parental guidance? Savannah speaks out. By the next morning, Savannah had addressed the uproar on her podcast, Unlocked with Savannah Chrisley. "I'm gonna say this once," she told her listeners in a voice equal parts calm and sharp. "I'm doing my best. My best may not look like your best. I'm 26, raising a teenager and a 10-year-old while both my parents are in prison. We needed a break. We needed joy. And if my version of that doesn't match your vision, that's okay, because I'm not raising your kids." She also added that Chloe had homework time every day on the trip, that both kids were in bed early except for one dinner out, and that every decision she made was with their safety and happiness in mind. The fan divide widens. Her statement, unsurprisingly, didn't silence the debate, it amplified it. Loyal fans applauded her for standing her ground. "You're doing amazing," one wrote. "Haters are just jealous of your strength." Others weren't convinced. It's not about jealousy. It's about making sure kids have stability, not luxury. Parenting experts chimed in on social media too, with mixed takes. Some argued that exposing children to new environments, travel, and even upscale dining can be enriching if handled responsibly. Others emphasized that structure and routine are critical, especially for children dealing with family upheaval.